Okay, President Biden inherited a V-shaped recovery, but now, just 11 months later, a new Gallup poll shows nearly three-quarters of working-class families making less than $40,000 say, yeah, middle-class Joe's inflation is slamming them. Joining us now from House Transportation and Infrastructure, Congresswoman Nancy Mace. Okay, it's great to have you back on, but President Biden is now reviving the Obama-era blame game, shifting the blame, finger-pointing. He's sicking the FTC without hard evidence to go after big box retailers, blaming them for inflation. Walmart, Amazon, Kroger, and more. What do you say?
Is anyone really surprised at this point? It's been crisis after crisis after crisis. And the Biden administration, rather than taking responsibility based on causing some of these inflation woes with more spending and more taxes, whether we're talking about the transportation infrastructure bill, COVID relief spending earlier this year, or Build Back Better in the future of that $1.75 trillion spending. He's caused the majority of this to happen. And, this circular firing squad that he has going on, the American people are not going to put up with it. We saw that in Virginia. I mean, it's crazy what's going on right now.
But the thing is, it's using the brute power, the brute force of the government to cover up your bad policies. I mean, dealing with the FTC is going to consume these businesses' time and money. They have to turn over operational data on the points of crisis in the supply chain that could increase inflation. They've got to deal with that in 45 days. He's doing the same thing, going after oil and gas companies to cover up the inflation. But here's the thing. You know what happened. They paid people not to work. There are 11 million open jobs in this country, more than we've ever had. They sent out stimulus checks even though the economy was into a recovery. Workers sat at home taking a bigger government check instead of working. And now we have a nationwide labor shortage and demand for goods soaring due to the more income in the supply chain crisis.
And to add to the worst part of it, too, is that American jobs will go overseas because of the taxes that are coming because of the infrastructure bill. And whenever Build Back Better passes, many American jobs will go overseas and elsewhere. We'll have one of the highest corporate tax rates in the world. So I just don't know what he expects to have happen, but he's making all of our inflation woes worse. Energy is going up, as you said, the price of gasoline, groceries, and for the working family, when inflation is at 6.2% for the year, wages have gone up 3%, if that. American wages and salaries cannot keep up with the cost of goods.
Yeah, it's a triple whammy on inflation, right? It's zapping
100%.
your spending power, your income growth, your cash investments, your bank accounts. And to fix inflation, you got to raise interest rates. Historically, that has triggered recessions. Now, we know that they're rising the fastest pace in 31 years. Joe Biden says his plan to curb inflation is working. There's no evidence of that. They want to try to inflate their way out of inflation. Inflation is taxation without legislation. Even three Obama officials, Larry Summer, Jason Furman, Steve Ratner, Fed Chair Jerome Powell is saying, watch out, this is bad. Let's watch Kevin McCarthy, Congresswoman. He's saying, here's the fix for this, what's going on in the country. Fire Nancy Pelosi. Watch.
The sad part about you're right, Sean. Had Joe Biden done nothing in office, literally gone to sleep, our country would be stronger. We'd be energy independent. It wouldn't be China and Russia winning. It'd be America that was winning. Our borders would be secure. We wouldn't have rising inflation. This is the problem. One-party rule in 1 year. But the good news is, Sean, in less than 1 year, we can fix this country if we fire Nancy Pelosi. That's why I need everybody to go to firepelosi.com.
What do you say?
Well, Leader McCarthy is 100% right on this. And I will add to that everything that the Biden administration has said has been wrong. Whether we're talking about infrastructure package being paid for, it's not. That's $250 billion that will be added to the deficit. We're told that Build Back Better would cost zero. It's going to cost almost $400 billion to the deficit. We were told every American citizen will be taken out of Afghanistan. That never happened. It's been one thing after the other, which is added to our inflation woes. And I think, and I agree with Kevin McCarthy, next year you're going to see more than a dozen, 2 or 3 dozen, person majority. We're going to win all these seats next year if things continue to go wrong and the American people continue to be lied to, which is happening right now.
The real backstory over the last decade is how far off the rails the Democrat Party has become. It's not the Democrat Party of our parents or our grandparents. And it's because Nancy Pelosi, even The Economist magazine has covered this, has sat on the heads of the moderates. The moderates were not not given committee chairmanships. There is no term limits in the Democrat Party on who runs committees when the Democrats are in power. The Republicans have term limits. So it's Nancy Pelosi crushing the centrists, crushing the moderates. Our country is moderate and centrist. We don't go off the rails. And that's what happened with the Democrat Party. Is she to blame for ruining it?
Oh, I believe so. And look, there are 19 Democrats that have announced their retirement for next year. That supersedes anything that happened in 2010 or 2012 when Republicans gained the majority sweepingly a decade ago. Even Chairman DeFazio, the chairman of the Transportation Infrastructure Committee, he just announced his retirement a couple days ago. And I can tell you, when we did the infrastructure bill, it was not bipartisan because no one in the House on that particular committee was able to get anything done on the bill. So it's no surprise that we're seeing even her own chairman disappear.
Amazing. Congresswoman Nancy Mace, it's good to have you on the show. Come back soon.